So this is a sponsored video, but don't leave. Right, so I own a lot of Robovacs. A lot of Robovacs. Like, a preposterous number of them because I get sent them all the time for review. But this is the only one, the one that I'm reviewing today, is the only Robovac I will ever buy with my own money, even though I already own it, because I want to own it twice. I want one for upstairs and one for downstairs because of this one very specific thing that it does. This is the best Robovac ever. Literally ever, and probably will never be topped. Let's talk about exactly why later on in the video. Was that good bait? Was it masterful bait? Was it master bait? Another day, another Robovac. These are my favorites. These are my favorites. Every Robovac should have this triangular shaped design because it really does help the thing to clean the floor. I love them. They're my favorites. Ew, it's attractive too. Look at that. Well, usually they are duos. 2 of them, or 3 of them. Check it out. Come on, let's do the TikTok thing. Yeah. Yeah, buckets, baby. Bits and bobs. That's clever. It comes with floor cleaning solution. This looks like there's a very specific installation for the product. And I wonder if you're gonna have to buy these things or whether you'll be able to refill this somehow. That's your floor cleaner slot there, so yes. You're gonna have to buy these from Narwal, I think. Clever Narwal. Clever girl. What? What?
I want to know what killed these tribbles. I haven't figured out what keeps them alive yet.
Mittens? Mittens? I don't know what they're for, but I love them. I'm going to watch a video on the internet so that I can learn what this is, so I can tell you what it is.
A few minutes later.
No! It's a duster! It goes on there, look. It dusts your sideboards. That's mad. They've finally done it. They finally found a way to dust my house. That looks like a spare vacuum bag, I imagine. And spare one of those. Spare filters. Twin AI dodge. The recognition algorithms are only running locally in the robot. So this stuff isn't going to the cloud. All these sensors behind here are only being processed locally on the robot for artificial intelligence-ness. Yeah, it's good. 12,000 pascals. I have Robovacs that do a pretty good job that are 2,000 pascals. This is 12,000. I mean, not just that, but mittens. It's got mittens.
My chicken sandwich and coffee. This is my chicken sandwich and coffee.
Bloody mittens, mate. So I've just read a load of stuff about this and I am super duper excited now. Because this thing, I'm not going to go into too much detail, I'll tell you about it later, but it has 2 cameras, which means it has depth perception, like a human does. And this is going to make a huge difference when it comes to it finding cables and hopefully dog turds. Oh. I think it's a... It knows it's a turd! It knows it's a turd! Look, it's a turd! It knows it! We'll find out. Let's go do some real world tests. On to beam down. That was cool. Oh, they knew what they were doing with that. Look at that. Look at that. It's brushing the wall. Nah, what? You see it lift its mops? It's lift its mops because it knows that's carpet. It's really got the floor nicely soaked as well. Oh, it's telling me it's adjusting the pressure because it found a tile floor. That's super clever. That's proper artificial intelligence. So one thing you can say is it has found what it thinks is a shoe. That's because I was stood in the doorway. So yeah, it finds obstacles and recognises exactly what they are. It recognised my shoe. So the obstacle avoidance is the big headline here. This thing recognised my feet every time I stood too close to it. It was like, oh no, a shoe, I'd better give that a wide berth. And the amount of things it recognised throughout this process was astounding. It recognises 120 different potential items that could be a danger to it. And you get to choose whether or not it takes a photo of them so you can see exactly what they were, or just represents them as like an icon. And this is more impressive than that time that Harry Potter defeated Voldemort just by having dead hot hands. Mate, I don't want to do down anything you just did, yeah, but isn't it just dead lucky you've got really hot hands? Now, I can't stress enough how important this is. Not the stuff Harry Potter was doing. The thing that this Robovac does when it comes to cables and cushions and bits of material. The fact that it is so good at finding them and avoiding them means that I am actually, despite having about 5 Robovacs already dotted around my house, I'm going to buy a second one of these. So, what's it going to do with these cushions? Because this was the other thing I was wondering about, and another reason I've not let Robovacs come in here. Yeah, it's seen the pillow. I can't believe it saw the pillow. That's super cool. How far into that corner are you going to get? All the way in.
That's what she said.
Please don't hurt my speaker. Oh, you gentle little thing. This is the best Robovac ever, for sure, unless it swallows that cable, and then I'm going to be really sad. It's avoiding it. Oh, come on. Come on! I don't believe it just avoided that cable! What about these though? There's a whole bundle here in a plastic bag. Are you real? Did you really just avoid the plastic bag? Oh! Mate, you can see him as well, look. There's my shoe again. But look, there's a coiled cable here, and there's a plastic bag there. It recognised both the coiled cable and the plastic bag, and the pillow. So it recognises pillows. It knows what a pillow is. That's super good. This thing, I could actually run and trust it to go and do its job. I could set it on a schedule and not have to go around the house and tidy up first. My Roborocks, I have one upstairs and one downstairs, only ever get run when I've already tidied the house to make sure it's safe for them to do so. I won't have to do that anymore, and that is why I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and buy a second one of these things. One for upstairs, one for downstairs. It's decided it's going to do the living room next. Look at it cleaning the baseboards. I can't believe it does that. So until now, I haven't allowed any of my Robovacs to go anywhere near my living room, because my living room experienced a gigantic flood of epic proportions that destroyed it far worse than the ring was destroyed at Mordor. Alright mate, I was just wondering, you know how you walked here through perilous danger? Did you ever think at any point, I could just fly here on one of those eagles I was on earlier? Don't do that, mate, come on. Bollocks. There's a light on the front. It was just looking around in the dark. It really is like using its eyes, and it put a flashlight on so it could see. I am in love with this thing already. That is so good. So it's now following its path, going up and down. That's the dirt sense technology. It saw the little bit and it went, nope, I'm gonna get that. It swooped and got it. Because there are a whole bunch of bits and it just thought, I'm gonna get those now. So 12,000 pascals of suction. I haven't checked to see if this is the most powerful Robovac on the market, but it must be. The most powerful one I'd tried before now was 8,000. So that, in conjunction with what I just showed you, where it actually went, hang on a minute, there's a bit of dirt over there, and went and got it, this is actual AI. I can't stress enough, if you're looking for a Robovac, just buy this one now. It knows where things are and it goes and gets them, and it knows where things are and it avoids them. It is proper AI. Most companies, they use the word AI and they throw it around, but it's just fantasy bollocks buzzwords. This, I've seen it actually do it. And this sexy little blue light thing I keep showing you, I don't just keep showing it to you because it's sexy. I mean, that's most of the reason, but it's also because it's actually displaying that it's pushing electrolytes into the water that it's using to clean not only the mop pads of the actual robot itself, but also to clean the base station too, and it's using AI to decide how hot to make the water based on how dirty the mop pads are. This thing is mental. It does work with Amazon Alexa and Google Home, so you can use your face hole to start it, but you're not going to actually need to. As long as this thing is in a room somewhere, you might need to leave your doors open, but you can just set the schedule and let it do its thing. This is the best Robovac I have ever tried, for sure, by a billion miles. That's the only time Nisha's Xbox will ever get dusted. Really does get into every nook and cranny. Disgusting! Look how gentle it is. Look how good it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is ridiculously good. I don't think it touched a single table leg there. Every single one just got like a little bit of a brush. Oh wow. That's so good. They reckon its dust bag will only need changing like a few times a year thanks to its hair compression technology, and the price tag on this thing is nuts.
That's a lot of nuts!
It is insanely low for a vacuum of this quality because I've tried Roborocs. Roborocs have always been my champions and they are great, but they're like £500 more expensive than this thing costs right now. There is a early bird price, and seriously, go check the description to go see what that is because I can't remember off the top of my head, but when I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's insane. And that's why it's yet another reason I am personally going to buy one to go alongside the one I was given for free. I usually end on a what's wrong with it section, and I'm not kidding, I can't find anything wrong with it. It's ridiculously cheap, as I've already pointed out. It does everything better than any Robovac I have ever tried, and I haven't really showed you the cleaning power, but come on, it's 12,000 pascals. It cleans like a beast. And its mopping technology, as I've said previously, the spinny mop pad design and the way it gets into corners, again, Narwal have killed the opposition when it comes to this stuff. If you're interested in this vacuum, as usual, there are links in the description as to where you can pick one up. In the meantime, this video exists because of these incredible people. They are my patrons from Patreon. Without them, I'd be working in a call center. I'm thanking one every week, and this week it is Lord Philip Zomes. If he is seriously a lord, well done, mate. You're my first lord. Phil is my latest patron. If you want to be like Phil or these incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I'll genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks, my X, and my Threads, and my Instagrams, and my TikToks. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. I'm just wondering, you know how you walked here through perilous danger? Did you ever think at any point, I could just fly here on one of them eagles on us? Oh.